My hair is crazy. Hello. I'm waiting for the clock. There we go. Hello, Aries. This is your quickie reading for right now. Today is March 8th, but it does not matter when you stumble across this video or when you find this video. I set the intention that it would be in that moment for whoever needs it. So I didn't want to lock it into a calendar date. Okay. So let's do this. Aries, you are the last fire sign that I'm doing. And let's get a good starting message. I'm going to start with this tarot deck. We'll do one card and then a couple oracle cards and just do a nice, quick, concise read. Okay, things keep... No, I'm not going to keep it. One flipped over, but I wasn't quite... Okay, that's fine. It's always fine, you guys. It's always fine. All right, I'm asking for a really good message for Aries to begin this reading, please. Of course, now I won't be able to get one to flip. Two flipped while I was shuffling. I don't need 20. I don't need 20, Spirit. Just one good one. No, that won't. I don't normally, when I first started doing readings, I made a conscious choice to allow the jumpers to be the messengers. And the last year or so, it's been the opposite. You guys, this big chunk of just flew out and it took my earbud with it. I got the old school corded earbuds right now. I can't seem to find a pair I like, so that's what we're going with. So Aries, right away, what I'm getting is overwhelm because I'm already tuned in. And so the energy of these big chunks of cards, a lot is going on and you think you can't handle it. I totally understand, Aries. I totally understand. I am right there with you in a lot of ways. So let's get a message for Aries, please, to help them move through this overwhelm. Let's find out what's going on and take a look at it so we can resolve it. Okay, we'll take that. All right. So, yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so Two of Pentacles. I will tell you the one that flipped, because I do feel like I kind of want to find it now and bring it out. But if I don't see it, but right, I'll tell you why. So it was the King of Swords. And I definitely feel like that was your, Aries, fire, very masculine, right? The fire signs tend to be masculine signs. And it was a very masculine energy that was coming through that flipped over, and I reshuffled it. I'm not saying I have the wrong card. Ooh, and interesting, you guys. Oh, can I just show you this? So I'm searching for the King of Swords, and look at this. All these cards are upright, and then there's that King of Swords upside down, and then the next batch are all upright. So we are definitely pulling him out. So there's definitely some divine masculine coming through that you are, I don't want to say afraid of, but you're processing it. So there's this masculine, yeah, okay. So what's coming up for you guys, Aries, is that there's a bunch of masculine energy that is old masculine energy that now, enough, you've done enough on this journey to know that you need to respond differently while bringing masculine through, right? I don't like the term toxic masculinity. I never have. It's just ego, right? It's just ego, and we did what we had to do to survive. There's toxic femininity too, if we want to, be fair. But what I want to say about this is, first of all, I love that it looks like he's wearing PJ pants. He's like, yeah, I'm not leaving the house, but I'm on my throne. So there, in your face, with my sword and my cape. And so it's coming through as you're not sure how to bring this new masculine energy through. Okay. So we'll just set that aside for now, but let's talk about this Two of Pentacles, because this really fit the energy that I was feeling. So behind her, it's either a shipwreck, an old shipwreck, or a ship in the process of sinking. So it actually looks like a ship that is being pulled under, like in that moment, while she's just standing on the side, on the bank. She's pregnant, right? Like, I don't know if that's the traditional meaning, but she is pregnant, right? Like, let's go with that because that's the first thing I noticed. And she is juggling those pentacles, okay? But it almost seems like she's controlling what's going on behind her without really giving a shit. So here's what's coming through for me. Divine masculine. Again, when I say divine masculine does not mean men, okay? When I say divine feminine does not mean women necessarily. It can be happening within a woman or within, whatever. Just know the difference, okay? So what I'm seeing is definitely divine feminine because she's pregnant. I'm seeing that as divine feminine. I'm seeing it as a very Mary energy, okay? Bringing the new world, birthing the new world. Okay, we're all doing that, yes. But remember, this is not a woman. This is divine feminine personified. Okay, birthing the new world, and she is in control of what's going on. So she's allowing that old energy behind her to sink. So this is what I want you to take with these two together. What's going on for you, Aries, is you're trying to hold on to something of the old energy that was very familiar to you, very easy for you to hold on to, and you just can't, okay? You just can't anymore. So what you need to do, allow that divine feminine to come through, allow that beautiful energy of you being a part of this birthing of this new world to come through right now, Aries, so that you can let that old energy die. We are in the year of the six, okay? 2022, year of the six, 246, right? Numerologically speaking, it's a six. What is a six? Everybody's talking about, oh, well, it's family and it's creating the family bonds and blah, blah, blah. Family isn't necessarily biological. Remember that. It's creating the soul family bonds. What it also means is death of the old. And, I used to say, let the old die. This is really what's happening. The old is dying, whether we let go of it or not. So if it's dying and we're holding on to it, then we are suffering, okay? Because we are being prevented from fully stepping away from it. So this is your divine feminine. I'm telling you right now, the message that's coming through is allow her to come through. And I'm talking to men, women, whatever you resonate with, okay? Whatever you identify as. We all have different mixtures of divine feminine and divine masculine within us, okay? And then of course that perfect balance is neutral, neither feminine nor masculine. But let that feminine come through, that nurturing, maternal creation energy to come through. And you're going to see a whole new way over here. And if you focus on that, then what's back there, this old stuff that it's like in your energy, it's like a bowling ball sitting in your energy, and you're like, okay, this is familiar. I kind of want to go this way, but I want to go this way because this is lighter and this is the new energy. And I know, and everybody I love is going this way. Maybe not everybody, but you know what I mean? The people that I'm drawn to are going this way. The people who have, been codependent in my life, who've been co-conspirators in my life, who have helped me fuck up my life royally. They're over here, but this is familiar. And so what I need you to focus on is this lighter new energy over here, because that's going to allow you to step away as that ship sinks. Because if you hold on to this ship, it may not completely take you down. It might. Like, we're seeing a lot of people leaving, you guys, and I don't know where you're at right now. I don't want you to leave. Please don't. But a lot of light workers are just not able to handle this anymore. And I say that with zero judgment. I have definitely been there. Okay. But I don't want you to go. But the longer you hold on, the more it's going to hurt. Okay. And so you have to let this old, and it's very like that ship. I don't know, for some reason, the ship is coming through to me as very masculine energy, right? Like the men during this time when ships were the main mode of transportation, men ruled the world with, I don't like toxic, I don't like any of the adjectives, but with a warped sense of masculine. okay? It wasn't divine at all. And we had definitely had a warped sense of feminine where we were not fulfilling our end of the bargain, okay? We were not being the nurturing mothers. We were being we felt trapped in our roles. But I think we both did, right? In many ways. And so if you need to step away, okay, step away, let that die. Let's keep going, okay, because I'm trying to keep these at 15 to 20 maximum. So now I'm going to just do one card from this beautiful fairy forest, which is decidedly feminine, but because there's a couple men, but it's also some of the cards have women on them and they're very masculine energy. Okay, so let's just get a clarification. Let's get an expansion of this message from the fairy deck, please. From the highest vibration, 33, you got 33. We're not going to break that down. That is a beautiful number. I am seeing this number everywhere. 33 for me personally comes through as trust your intuition, trust your higher self, trust that you are being guided down the right path, no matter how it, and if it feels, here's the thing, we say, oh, if it's scary, then that's just outside your comfort zone. Sometimes it's scary because it is the wrong way. Okay. So it's up to you to discern which is which. Sorry, that's all I can say to help you with that. Because if you're feeling afraid simply because it's outside your comfort zone, then clearly it's probably the way you need to go. If you're feeling afraid because it just feels off and wrong, not just unfamiliar, but really, really not aligned with you, that's a totally different story, okay? Do not go that way, okay? And that's definitely how I'm seeing this. I'm not used to this cord. So funny. I'm going to get myself some, whatever. But her name is Volva. Prophecy, decidedly feminine. I mean, let's just say that, right? Prophecy, guidance, direction. I didn't even see those words before I was talking. Trust, okay? Trust that you are being, I'm sorry, my laptop is like perched precariously on a stack of things. If you could see it, you would be very amused. What is she trying to tell us? There might not be any more, really. She's really content with where she's at right now. That's a totally different message, but I just wanted to mention that. So we're all working on that too, in this moment in time where a lot of things suck. Okay, we have to be okay with exactly where we are, because the more we're not, the more we're resisting, and the more we're resisting, the more we're holding on to that sinking ship and refusing to get off. And we will sink with it if we don't get off. Okay, got it? Okay, so let's do, and then I've got one last deck that I'm going to just pull the cards and we'll see what comes through. Sacred Traveler, my all-time favorite deck that I have ever owned. We're going to get one last card, and then we'll see. Let's get some, just give me some more clarity here on this message, please. Spirit, from the highest vibration of love and light, for Aries, always and only. All right. Well, I love that. This flipped over, and it's funny because you've got a lot of like the pirate era energy coming through. Navigating by the stars is what this one's called. But then it also kind of looks very, I don't know, it's like got a very Middle Eastern feel, like ancient biblical feel, that picture does. Follow your bliss, okay? So again, what was I saying? Over here, where it may be unfamiliar and uncomfortable, but you just know on some level that you either have to go this way or you go that way and you get plugged back into the matrix. Does that make sense? Okay. Like you're going to answer, yes, Wendy, that makes sense. Thank you. You're welcome. And so following your bliss is going to show you more clarity that this uncomfortable way is definitely where your bliss lies. Okay. That's definitely the way to go. So your main message, Aries, you're trying to sit on your old throne, but you're wearing your PJ pants. You're really close to just giving up because you're so confused, right? You just don't know, well, what the hell? Like, this old energy is coming through. It's familiar. I could go this way. I could keep, this is the analogy that comes through, and I only use it because it's a very masculine analogy, okay? Is think about like the movies that portray like the mafia, the people who are born into the mafia, right? And they are, let's say they're adults now, and they're having second thoughts. They want to leave everything they've ever known because they're starting to see the truth of it. And so they have an opportunity over here. And what happens? What did the movies do, right? They either make them decide to stay and they die, or they make them decide to leave and they experience bliss or they die. I mean, it depends on the movie you see, right? But they, we're not going to worry about that. What's the purpose of this message is to show you that everything that you have ever wanted, everything that you deserve in this life is this way, okay? Is this way toward the expansion of your comfort zone. And it's a huge expansion, I'm going to tell you. My comfort zone is, I can't even see the borders anymore, and it used to be very, very tiny, okay? So, yeah. So you got a master number, like you are a master, Aries. You are owning this, okay, on a lot of levels. There's just right now, just beneath your conscious awareness, there's this kind of bubble of old stuff trying to lure you back, trying to entice you to come back to the matrix, okay, the old reality matrix. This message is saying just trust that if you go this way, it's going to get easier, it's going to feel better, okay, and you're going to start meeting people that will help guide you, or that you can just hold hands with, not literally, but that you can walk side by side with for a while until you're ready to, until you're not aligned, and then you find new people who are aligned. This is how the journey works, right? So it is about really trusting your higher self, trusting your intuition. You know what to do, Aries. You know that it's either this way that is going to be uncomfortable for a while. You're going to feel uncomfortable in your own skin for a while, or you go back to the old energy and just become a shell. Okay, that's what you're. Just become a bat. What are they? Copper tops. That's what they call them in the Matrix. Get plugged back in. Be a copper top. Feed the old system and die. I mean, that's kind of a harsh message, but I do feel like a lot of you feel like that's your choice right now. Like, okay, I can stay in the family business, right? Whatever that, with going back to the analogy, and just never really live again. It's not necessarily a physical death. It's an emotional, spiritual death. And so you can choose that, sure. We have free will. You can choose that. I hope you don't. I hope you don't. I hope you choose to come along with us. There's a lot of us feeling, kind of feeling like we're trying to crawl out of our own skin right now. Okay. So you're not alone. A lot of us are facing really, really big decisions and are really, really confused. We're really being asked to surrender and trust the bigger plan right now, and to not worry if we have no idea what to do. Okay. There's something to be said about, I would never quote the Bible. However, from my studies, I studied religion, I studied the Bible, I studied Yeshua in college, almost majored in it. But from what I know and what I've intuited since, is that when they did mess with the Bible and make it their, what they wanted people to know, and their horrific book of lies, they were too afraid to alter Jesus's words in any way. And so anytime Yeshua speaks in the Bible, those are his real words. And what does he say over and over and over and over and over again? Besides the big thing, right, where he says, you will do all of these things that I do and more. He was trying to tell us, I am not better than you. We are equals. He called us brothers and sisters, right? But what does he say over and over again? Be not afraid. In fact, I saw a meme one time that said that is the most used phrase in the Bible. So they may have messed with it. They may have altered it. They may have screwed it up royally. But that is the message. The divine will still find a way to shine through, right? Be not afraid. And we will do everything Yeshua did in that lifetime and more. And he is so thrilled about that. We as a collective are bringing the Christ consciousness back in. Okay. All right, Aries, that's all I've got for you for this time. I am hoping to do April readings. I'll be starting those later in the month once the April energy is a little clearer, but I hope this helps. So right now, trust, and do your best to really see where you're feeding into the old energy, your old self, your old life, and start cutting those cords. Okay. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.